Hello guys, today we will solve one GATE previous year's question that came in the year 2017. Okay, so here is the question. Just read the question. So what I have written here, a C code is given, C programming code is given, and we have to find out the output. Fine. So at first we will read the question, or after that let's try to solve it. So what's written here, hash include stdio.h, and after that you see one function has been defined here, int total. After that int v is the argument part, then static int count. You see here one function has been defined here, okay, and after that there is a main function, void main, and in the void main function you see in the for loop this function has been called here multiple times. I will show you how. So let's solve this. So let's start from the void main part, because in the C programming, basically we start while solving the GATE questions, we always start from the void main part. Okay. So void main static int x is equal to 0. So what is the meaning of static? Static means what? Static means what? Here the variable is initialized once. Okay, it will not be re-initialized. Okay. So here what I have written, static int x is equal to 0. So x is a static variable, okay, and it is initialized as 0. Fine. And what's written after that? Int I is equal to 5. So here what's there? I is equal to 5. I is not a static variable, but x is a static variable. Just remember. Okay. What is the meaning of static variable? The variable is initialized only once. Okay. So now, after that you see a for loop is there. For I greater than 0, I minus minus. Okay. So for I is equal to 5. So here we will check like this. For I equal to 5, 5 greater than 0, yes. And after that, you so I am expecting that you know the logic of for loop. Okay. So here I am not explaining you much. Fine. So for I is equal to 5, I greater than 0. It means what? 5 greater than 0. Yes, 5 is greater than 0. So let's come inside the loop. X is equal to x plus total I. So x is equal to x plus total I. X plus total I. X plus total of I. Okay. So here what is the value of x? The value of x is 0. So let's replace it with 0. Fine. And now you see a total function is being called here. Okay. This total function is being called here. And what is the parameter? 5. 5 is the parameter. Okay. So let's move to the total function. So what is the return type of the total function? Int. It means what? Total function will return integer value here. Okay. This total function will return integer value here. Here we can also see return count. Here count is the integer variable. Fine. So let's try to understand what is total function. So here I is equal to 5. So 5 is being passed as a parameter to the total function. So here what's written? Int total int 5. Int v. So here a variable v will receive the value 5 here. Okay. 5. Fine. And remember one thing, v is not a static variable. Fine. So here what type of parameter passing method it is? It is call by reference or call by value? It is call by value, because here we are not sending the address of the variable I. Okay. So here another variable v, the value of I is getting copied to the variable v. Okay. So now v is equal to 5. So now let's come to the while loop. Here you see static int count. Okay, here is another static variable count. So just remember, count is a static variable. So in this question there are two static variable, x and count. Both are, let me write here s. S means static. Both are static variable. Okay. So while 5, it count plus equal to v and 1. It is logical AND. Okay. So this loop will keep on running till the value of 5 is not equal to 1. Okay. If the value of v is not equal to 1, if the value of v is equal to 0, then this loop will be broken. Okay. So now while 5. So while 5 means what? True. Fine. While 5 is true. So count is equal to count plus is equal to v and 1. It means what? Count plus is equal to v and 1 means what? Count is equal to count plus v and 1. Okay. This line is equivalent to this line. So what is the value of count? Count value is 0. 0 plus v and 1. So this is logical AND operator. So how you will interpret this? Let me tell you. What is the value of v? The value of v is 5. So what is the binary value of 5? 101. Binary value of 5 is 101. And what is the binary value of 1? 001. 001. So here we will perform logical AND. Okay. So what is 1 and 1? 1 and 1 is 1. 0 and 0, 0. 1 and 0, 0. Okay. I hope you know this. Okay. So what is 001? Actually 001 is 1. Fine. 001 is 1. So the value of count has become 1. Okay. And now after that you see, here you see right shift operator is there. Right shift operator is there. This sign indicates that it's a right shift operator. Okay. So by how many bit it will be shifted? It means what? The value of v will be shifted by 1 bit. Okay. The value of v will be shifted by 1 bit. Okay. Or else we can also say that in the right shift operator, what happens? Here we divide. Okay. Here we divide. So here we can say that the value of v will be divided by 2 to the power of 1. Whatever written here is 2 to the power of 1. Okay. So what is the value of v? We have the value of v is 5. Okay. So now v will become like this. It means what? The value of v will be divided by 5. Okay. So the value of v will become v by 2. Here it is 1. It means what? V by 2 to the power of 1. Okay. So what is v by 2 to the power of 1? What is 5 by 2? 5 by 2 is 2. Fine. Actually 5 by 2 is 2.5, but here we are taking integer. Okay. That's why we will just consider it as 2. Also, I will show you like this method how this right shift operator works. Here you see v is equal to 101. Okay, here we have to do right shift by 1 by 1 bit. It means what? Right shift means what? This 1 will come here, this 0 will come here. Okay, so this 1 has come here, this 0 has come here. So here nothing is there, so I will write 0. So what it has become? 101 has become 010. It means what? 2. So value of v has become 2. Fine. Okay. So value of v has become 2. So now again let's come to the while loop. So since the value of 2 is 0, so while 2. So while 2 is a true statement, while 2 is true statement. So now it will again enter the while loop, and again this this line will execute. Count is equal to count plus v and 1. So this time the value of count is 1. Okay. So now here what I will write, count is equal to, in place of count I will write 1. 1 plus v and 1. So what is the new value of v? New value of v is 2. Okay. 2 and 1. So what is 2 and 1? Just what is 2? 0 1 0. And what is 1? 0 0 1. So this is, if you will apply logical and, then 1 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. So this is 0. So count value has become now 1. So there is no change in the count value. Previously it was 1, again now it is 1. Okay. So now after the execution of this line, let's come to this line. This line. So here what will happen? The new value of v will be divided by 2. What is the new value of v? 2. Okay. So now 2 will be divided by 2. 2 will be divided by 2. It will become 1. Fine. So now again, now let's check the condition. While v. So while 1. While 1 means what? It is true statement. While 1 is true. So again it will enter the while loop. Okay. So now count is equal to, so now this line will be executed once again. So count is equal to count plus v and 1. So what is the value of count? 1. So in place of count I will write 1. So now in place of v and 1, what I will write? What is the value of v? The new value of v is 1. Okay. So here what I will write? In place of v, 0 0 1. Because the value of v is 1 and now this is 1. So 1 and 1 is 1. Okay. So count, so the value of v and 1 became 1. So now count is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay. So now again, yes, now again this line will be executed, this right shift. Okay. So now the value of v is 1, so it will be divided by 2. Okay. So 1 by 2 is 0. Fine. So since 1 by 2 is 0, so while of 0. So while of 0 means what? This time the condition is false. So this time the condition is false. So this while loop will be broken. Okay. And what it will return? What this total function will return? This total function will return the value of count. So what is the value of count? 2. 2 is the value of count. So here x is equal to, so 2 will be returned here. It means what? This, the value of this 2 will be returned here. So x is equal to x plus 2. Okay. So in place of this, I will write 2. Fine. So now again this for loop will be executed. So the value of I will be decremented by 1. So I will become 4. Okay. So now is 4 greater than 0? Yes, 4 is greater than 0. So again this line will be executed. So x is equal to x plus. So what is the value of x now? The value of x was 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So the value of x is 2. So now x is equal to x plus total I. It means what? X is equal to 2 plus total I. It means what? X is equal to, the value of new value of x is 2. In place of x, I will write 2. Okay. So it will become x is equal to 2 plus total I. So what is the new value of I? The new value of I is 4. Okay. The new value of I is 4. So now again this total function is being called here. So let's go to the total function. So now you see in the total function, the parameter I has been passed in the total function and the value of I is 4. Okay. So here v will also become 4. Fine. Because v is the argument. So the value of v has become 4. So now static int count. So I have already told you at the beginning that the static variable is initialized only once. Okay, so whatever the value of static variable was there previously, the value will be retained. Okay, you are not going to initialize it again. Fine. So now you see, so what is the static variable value? So it means what? Count was 2. Okay, so just remember the value of static variable count was 2. Okay, so now while v means what? What is the value of v? 4. So while 4, yes, it's a true statement. So let's come inside the while loop. Count. So let's execute this line. So count is equal to count plus v and 1. What is the value of count? The value of count is 2. Okay, so count is equal to 2 plus v and 1. Okay, so what is the value of v? 4. 4 means what? 100. I mean to say that the binary value of 4 is 100. And let's do logical and with 1. Okay, so 0 1 0 0 0. So v and 1 is 0. So 2 plus 2 is 0. So the value of count has become 2. Okay, so now let's execute this line. So it means what? Just divide the value of v by 2. What is the value of v? The value of v is 4. Just divide it by 2. So 4 by 2 is 2. Okay. So now again, while v, it means what? While 2, because the value of v is 2. While 2, it is a true statement. Yes, it's a true statement. Now again, count plus is, so now again execute this line. Fine. So the value of count is 2. The value of count is 2 now. Count plus v and 1. What is the value of v? 100. No. What is the value of v? 2. 2 means what? 0 1 0. 0 1 0. Okay, and 1. 0 0 1. So it becomes 0 0 0. So again it is 0. Okay. So again v and 1 is 0. So 2. Fine. Now again the value of v will be divided by 2. So now again we have 2 by 2. So it will become 1. Fine. So now again while 1, while 1 is true, so execute this line. So count is equal to count plus v and 1. So the value of count is 2. So let's write 2 here. 2 plus v and 1. So what is the value of v now? 1. 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 1. Okay. You just check it. 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. Fine. So the value of count is updated to 3. Fine. And what is the value of v? The value of v is what? It will be divided by 2. So 1 by 2 is 0. Okay. So now, again, now while 0. So while 0, it means what? It is false. So what does it mean? It means that while loop will be broken. Okay. So we will come out from the while loop. Okay. So now, So what value will be returned? Count. So count is equal to 3 will be returned here. So in place of total 4, 3 will be returned. So what is here? So what is the value of x now? The value of x is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Okay. So now again, in the for loop, I minus minus. So value of 4 will become 3. 3 greater than 0? Yes, the value of 3 is greater than 0. So again now, this line will be executed. X is equal to x plus total of 5. So x is equal to x plus. So what is the value of x now? The value of x is 5. So 5 plus total of I. What is the value of I? The value of I is 3. Okay. So x 5 plus total of 3. So now let's again go to the total function. Okay. So now, so what is the value? What will be the value of v here? The value of v will be 3, because here I am passing 3 as a parameter. So v will receive 3. So now, while v, it means what? While 3, it's a true statement. Okay. So now let's move inside the while loop. So let's execute this line. So what is the value of count? The value of count is 3. Okay, so let's write 3 in place of count. Let's write 3 in place of count plus V and 1. V and 1. So what is the value of V? 0, 1, the value of V is 3. 3 and 1. What is 3 and 1? So let's check it out. The value of V is 0, 1, 1 and the value of 1 is 0, 0, 1. So 1, 0, 0. So the value of V and 1 is 0, 0, 1. That it means what? 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay. So in the next line, the value of V will be divided by 2. Okay. So V will be divided by 2. It means what? 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1. Okay. Now again, while V means what? While 1. While 1 is true. Okay. So now count. So now again execute this line. Okay. So what is the value of count here? Count, the value of count is 4. So let's write 4 in place of count and just solve this line. What is the value of V now? The value of V is 0, 0, 1. The value of V is 0, 0, 1 and 1 and 1. So 1 and 1 is obviously 1. Okay. So 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Fine. So now return count. No, not return count. Yes, the value of count has become 5. So now so this line will be executed. The value of V will be divided by 2. So the value of V is, what is the value of V? Yes, the value of V was 1. Okay. So 1 will be divided by 2. 1 by 2 is 0. Fine. Yes. 1 by 2 is 0. So now again, while 0 is false statement. Okay. So now this loop will be broken and the value of count will be returned. So what value will be returned here? 5 will be returned here. So in place of total of 3, I will write 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. So the value of x is 10. So still the loop will be running because the value of I has not yet reached to 0. So now again the value of I will be decremented, so it will become 2. Okay. So now again this line will be executed. X is equal to x plus total of I. So what is the value of x? The value of x is 10. So x is equal to 10 plus total of I. What is the value of I? The value of I is 2. Okay. So now let's again this total function will be called here. Okay. So since the parameter is 2, so the value of V will also become 2. Okay. Now again, let's come to this while loop. While V means what? While 2. While 2 is a true statement. Fine. So now, so while 2 is true statement, so count is equal to count plus. So what was the value of count? 5. So let's write 5 in place of count. Count plus V and 1. So what is the value of V? The value of V is 2. Okay, 2 and 1. So let's see what is the value of 2 and 1. 2 is 0, 1, 0 and 1 is 0, 0, 1. So value of 2 and 1 is 0. Okay. So 2 and 1 is 0. Fine. So the count value still remains 5. 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. Okay. So let's execute this line. So whatever the value of V is, it will be divided by 2. The value of V is 2. So it will be divided by 2. 2 by 2 is 1. So the value of V has become 1. Okay. So now again, execute. So while of 1 is a true statement. So count is equal to count plus V and 1. So yes. So 5 plus, what is the value of V? The value of V is 1. 1 and 1 is 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So count value has become 6. So now again the value of V will be divided by 2. So 1 by 2 is 0. So the value of V has become 0. So now this while loop will be broken. Okay. And the value of count as and 6 will be returned. Okay. So here, in place of total of 2, I will write here 6. So the value of x has become 10 plus 6 is equal to 16. Okay, but still while loop will run because the value of I is 2, so it will be decremented by 1, so 2 will become 1. Okay, and now yes, and now this line will be executed once again. So x is equal to x plus, what is the value of x? The value of x is 16. So let's write 16 in place of x. 16 plus total of, what is the value of I? The value of I has become 1, total of 1. Fine. Okay. So let's go to the total function. Okay. And in the total function, the value of v will become 1. So now while of 1, yes, while of 1 is true. So count is equal to count plus v and 1. So what was the value of count? The value of count was 6. Okay, so let's write 6 in place of count. Count plus v and 1. But the value of v is 1, 1 and 1 is 1. Okay, so 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Fine. 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. And yes, and in the next line, the value of v will be divided by 2. So value of 1 will be divided by 2. 1 by 2 is 0. Okay. And now, since the value of v is 0, so this while loop will be broken. Okay. And the value of count is equal to 7 will be returned. So here, in place of total of 1, I will write 7. Okay. So the new value of x is 16 plus 7 is equal to 23. Okay. So now again this I value will be decremented, so I will become 0. So now 0 greater than 0, obviously no. So now this while loop is also, this for loop is also broken. So the updated value of 6 is, updated value of x is 16 plus 7 is equal to 23. So 23 is the answer of this question. Okay. Just see this. Okay. I might have taken some time for the explanation, but if you will do regular practice, then these types of questions will not take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So and also I don't think that this question is difficult. All you just need to know is the concept of static variable and how this arithmetic left shift right shift operator works. Okay. So don't worry, I will bring some more PYQ questions. Okay. Till then, bye. Thank you.